So let's just watch her struggling with alcohol video. I want to see what y'all. What do I want? It's always fucking me over.
Crocodile tears, man. I'm just kidding.
So, hi.
Those look like real
You
tears.
guys saw the title. I don't really know where to start. To be honest, I've just been sitting here for like 15 minutes because I don't know.
I'm sorry, you guys. I gotta do something here. I gotta close this window. It is causing it to be way too laggy. I'm just kidding. Those look like real tears. Okay.
Direction I want to go, but I guess there's only one direction that we're going today. I'm struggling with alcohol, and in today's video I'm going to share with you some very raw and real clips of me struggling with alcohol. I think in filming this video,
sorry guys, I
the
apologize
idea
for that,
behind it here
but
is to help keep me accountable, and it's also to help other people that might be struggling with alcohol as well. And I just want to be honest, because I feel like the past few videos, the past couple of months, I haven't been honest about my struggles, because maybe I haven't really been honest with myself. But I have been struggling with drinking for the past 2 months, and I'm very happy to say that today, when I'm filming this video, I have 1 week alcohol free. But I want to start at the beginning. So throughout my 10 years in recovery, I've had a couple of drinks here or there every 6 months at dinner or something. I never bought liquor and brought liquor into my house. But 2 months ago, something happened, and I was using alcohol as a coping mechanism without even realizing it. And again, this started with me having a couple of drinks at dinner, and then the next day having liquor in the house and drinking more and more and more. Now, I will say that this has nothing to do with why I'm not getting married. It has nothing to do with the wedding. I know people are going to ask, like, oh, is this why you postponed your wedding? No, it's not. And my battle and struggle with...
Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna look at this. Yeah, I did this earlier. Luke must be stealing the neighbor's Wi-Fi. Is it that bad?
Do with the wedding. I know people are gonna ask, like, oh,
my quality looks a lot better. Okay, you guys, and I realize okay, get this. I did this live earlier. The frickin' quality was terrible. Rusty Shackelford saying I must be stealing the Wi-Fi, and my quality's bad, but I just checked it and it's actually good this time. But so I'm redoing it. I'm gonna be rehashing some old things, but I got some new shit to say too. She's just better than everyone. Yeah, that's her attitude, is she's just like it's like she just justifies everything she does. She doesn't take any accountability. Like everything she does, she's like, I smoke weed, it's my medicine, there's no debate. Okay? That's what I do, and there's no it's my medicine, okay? It's my medicine. Okay, that bugs me kind of anyways when people say that, cuz like at the end of the day, like is weed helpful physically and somewhat mentally? Yeah, it may have some benefits, but at the end of the day, it's a mood altering substance. It's a fucking drug. Like, look how it was, you know what I mean? Like people say, yeah, my medicine. It's like, yeah, if like heroin was legalized and there was medicinal heroin, people would start saying that shit to justify themselves doing heroin too. And my only issue is like, she, from the beginning, when she had no subs, her whole basis was sobriety. Yeah, we're gonna try this again, I know, haha. But her whole basis was sobriety, recovery, abstinence. She gains this whole following of people that they think she's 100% sober. But she came out like 3 years later and said, no, actually, I've been smoking weed the whole time. And after she said that, some months go by, and then she comes out with a video that says, I don't care about being sober anymore. You know? Yeah, exactly. Weed is habit forming. That's what I'm saying. But she says, it's my medicine. And she just says it in this just like kind of arrogant, pompous tone she always has. Like, I'm so much more informed than you. I'm Jessica Kent, okay? Like, I'm very informed, okay? Not many people are this informed, okay? I am Jessica Kent, okay? You gotta understand that. I'm Jessica Kent. Jessica Kent, okay? The best. The best there ever was. The best there ever will be, okay? Harm reduction, okay? But guess what? Newsflash, I'm not sober. I smoke weed. You know what I mean? And guess what? In a year, she says, guess what? This whole time, I actually have been drinking here and there. And now I'm at the point where I drink every day. It's like, what else is she hiding that she's too afraid to tell YouTube? Because she said in her video, I was too afraid what people would think. She didn't tell the truth based on fear of what others would think. And see, over here at lukegtv, that's not what we promoting at all. We're promoting, do what the fuck you want to do. Be as safe as you can while you do it. But when you're ready to quit, quit. Because guess what? I wasted years and years of my life in my 20s going into treatment centers when I wasn't ready, wasting the government's money, wasting my time, wasting other people's time. But then again, I did learn some things along the way, and it does take longer than one treatment to get sober, especially if you're a real deal addict, alcoholic. Well, I don't consider myself an alcoholic, but damn it, am I a real deal addict? Of course I am. I'm a third generation heroin addict. I don't know if any of you saw my video detailing my family's drug history, but it's quite extensive, and heroin addiction goes back to the late 1970s in my family. So yes, there's levels to this shit, okay? I'm on the upper junkie. I'm on the junkie upper echelon, okay? So don't get that twisted, homegirl. But anywho, back to Jessica Kent. Okay? Jessica Kent, because it's human nature, right? When we want to come clean about things, right? But we want to tell our version of the story. We don't want to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. We want to make ourselves feel good like we're telling the truth and we're finally coming clean, but we still, most of us don't tell the whole truth. And I'm just calling a spade, and you can't bullshit a bullshitter. An addict knows an addict. Takes one to know one. You know what I mean? And, we embellish. Us addicts embellish. I fucking do it. Ryan Leone certainly did it. And I'm pretty freaking sure Jessica Kent is not exempt from embellishing her stories. Okay? It's taken her this long to admit to her drinking and her weed. Who's to say she ain't doing blow in the bathrooms on the weekends? I mean, fuck. She could be on dope right now. People would say, yeah, but it's obvious she's... It's not as obvious as you actually think. And I don't know, man. I mean, just one junkie to another. If I had 800K subs and I was making 30-40 grand a month off YouTube, my sobriety would be in big jeopardy, probably. In my mindset now. I'm doing better, but money's a huge trigger to me. You know what I mean? I mean, not like money, but like big money. Like, you know, I got like $300-400 saved up right now because I've been working a little bit. Some of you guys have helped me. My subscribers have donated to me, and I freaking, God bless you guys for that. Like, thank you so much. That's really helped. It's relieved tension in my relationship because my girlfriend was paying for pretty much everything. And yeah, so Nikki Beach says, Ryan admitted to embellishing so much that he called his book a novel, not an autobiography. Yeah, that's for creative rights. Ryan definitely embellished his stories, but there was truth to him. I mean, he did go to federal prison. So, I mean, the feds ain't picking you up unless you're doing something decent. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. But yeah, did he sugarcoat some shit? Hell yeah, he did. You know? And one other thing that really bothered me, you guys, and I'm about to play you a clip, was when Jessica Kent was speaking on Ryan Leone's death, and she kept putting in these like kind of like she was like so like, you know what I mean? And like I've seen her do that in other videos, and it's like, and it's not only that, but she'll always like kind of like, it seems like she's like putting on an act to like make you think like, oh, this is how I'm feeling right now. Like she'll just kind of like, I've seen her do those like and like act like she's kind of half crying in some of her videos, and like her whole persona just seems so like forced. Like she wants you to believe she's this chill, like forward thinking prison reform activist, you know, like non-violent drugs, drug offender, like she's so in the know and the agenda, and she's just like, she's Jessica Kent, she's just larger than life, and that's great. And you know what, a lot of her videos are kind of decent, and like some of the ideas behind her videos are good, and she's obviously a good speaker, she's a good video maker, and she helps a lot of people. So for that, I give her a salute. And I can't talk too much shit on her. I mean, she's got 800,000 subs. She's obviously a smart chick, you know. But it's these like little like things, you know, where it just kind of is like very forced, and it's just like, you know, I don't know. But it just, the whole thing when she was like, with the Ryan video, it's like, okay, let's imagine this. She gets the call. Hey, Ryan's dead. He died of a fentanyl overdose. She gets the news. They're supposedly really good friends. You'd think she would like start grieving at some point, maybe get some tears out, whatever. A few days go by, so she had a decent amount of time to, you know, like figure her emotions out. But then she sets up a video, right? She gets all the lights ready. She's getting the camera equipment ready. She's like doing her hair and makeup, getting ready to film. And then she starts filming, tells the story of Ryan and how he passed away, and then just tears like, he was such a good friend. You know, like those two little babies, they could have been Gerber Baby Awards, and it just seems so like forced and just like for the aesthetic of the video. It's like she's doing everything for likes and views and watch hours and the YouTube algorithm. All these tears are made out of algorithmic equations from YouTube's central nervous system. Yeah, like I think the Mike Virgin story from Ryan Leone was completely made up. I truly do, actually. It's like it's almost, well, but then there's some things. He showed a picture of him supposedly on his thing. You know, and you know what else pissed me off about, speaking of Ryan Leone really quick. Texas Prison Stories did a thing on Ryan Leone, and like he didn't even know shit about him. He just like, it was kind of fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Texas Prison Stories just jumped on the bandwagon. He's like, yeah, Ryan Leone, he did heroin, dude. Like, he didn't even know anything about the fucking dude. He was just like, yeah, rest in peace, Ryan Leone. Yeah, Ryan Leone, he was a good dude, that Ryan Leone. And like, he didn't even know anything about him. He just kept saying, yeah, that Ryan Leone, you know, he got 2 beautiful babies, man. And it's like, dude, okay, like, did you know anything about his life? Did you just like see the Ryan Leone thing and just, oh, I'm on the Leone bandwagon now too? And it's like, for as much shit as people give me about me making the Ryan Leone video, it's like, dude, at least I was like an avid fan, and like all that shit in the video, I said off the top of my head. I knew all that information that well. Like, I didn't like research him and fucking. But anyways, we're getting off topic on Ryan Leone. That's not what we're here for. Let's watch this Jessica Kent Ryan Leone thing real quick.
If this is on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, check out patreon.com/Ryan Leone. Let's get... I'm Ryan Leone. I'm an author. Alright, guys, well, I hope 2020 is the year that I can finally put all my demons behind me and you know, make the comeback that I know I have in me.
Damn, that kind of hit me, y'all. That was really sad.
I don't even know what to say right now. This is so fucked up.
That was really sad.
So as you guys can tell from the intro and the title and the buzz going around in the comment section, Ryan Leone passed away. Ryan was 37-ish, right? He was young. He had a beautiful wife and 2 very handsome, very precious young sons.
Handsome.
They should be a Gerber package, honestly. They're just beautiful.
Gerber babies.
Ryan was also an only child, and his parents lost their only son.
Jessica Kent.
Go into this video, I would like to ask you, if you don't like Ryan or you don't like me, to just like this video. Thanks and cool. This is a tragedy.
Man,
and
anyone see those crocodile tears from 2.5 miles away?
Child. A wife shouldn't have to bury her husband. Sons should not have to bury their father. I can't even imagine the pain that they're feeling right now. It doesn't even feel real for me, and I was just...
It's not real!
You know? So I would like to spend this video just kind of talking about Ryan, my experience with him and some of his stories, and I'm going to fill this video with a fuck ton of ads so that we can raise as much money to give to his family as possible. So that's why it has so many ads on it. I'm trying to raise as much money as I can for them, so bear with me. So a lot of you might remember this video that I posted with Ryan. It is an incredible interview that we got to film last year.
Man, that was sad though. I will say that introduction was very, very sad, especially when Ryan said, like, he's like, 2020 is gonna be the comeback I've always deserved, or for the best comeback of the year. Like, that kind of hit me hard, honestly. But here's the thing. She edited that later. It's not like she watched that and did that, but it's just like, she like puts this emotion into it, and so it's just unbelievable. It's just like, dude, you don't have to show that you're sad. Just exist, no one can take your own truth away from you. Wrong, right, or indifferent. There's no right way to grieve. You don't have to just like show us you're sad, or like, she's always like, Jessica in all her videos, she's always trying to show you, I'm this, I'm that, I'm sad right now, I'm happy, or whatever. And it's just like, man, I don't know. It just seems unnecessary, you know, to do that and to like just be true to yourself, man. You know? She's not numb to feelings like you are because you're doped up on methadone, bro. Good one, bro. Good one, bro. I will agree with you on that. Good one, bro. I know. I realize that actually. I've come off methadone cold turkey once. And yes, I was crying my eyes out. I definitely was. And believe me, dude, I'm not I am not disagreeing with you, man.
Is just entertaining and shocking. And that he used to sell Amber Heard drugs. And I was like, at the time I thought it was just, oh, yeah, okay, you're ready to do your job.
And she fucking, like, she glorifies drugs way too much, too. She's just, like, it's like she still thinks, like, she still brags about her drug selling days back in the day. Like, or like little things like that. And it's just like, but yet she's this progressive prison reform activist that just is perfect. Yeah, Ryan was fun to listen to, man. Jess says she's sober. I thought it was like fully sober 24/7, so I was definitely shocked to find out that she smoked and drank. I was too, bro, because I watched her videos for years, and like she said she was completely sober and, you know, sober, abstinent, like I do not use mood altering substances. Then the weed thing came out, and then she admitted to smoking weed. Then she came out with a video that said, I don't care about being sober anymore. And then she came out with a third video saying, yeah, actually I've been drinking this entire time, and recently I started drinking every day, and I have a drinking problem. And it's like, so you're giving millions of people advice on sobriety, but you're still using drugs? How the fuck does that work? Because see, here at lukegtv, I don't pretend to be a sober coach or to be a sponsor in Alcoholics Anonymous. That's not what I am. What I am is a harm reduction channel, like about changing your life, about doing things realistically, because yeah, I still drink sometimes. Yeah, I smoke weed here and there. And I'm on a low dose of Klonopin, and I'm on methadone. I'm tapering off my methadone right now. I'm not barely on any benzos. I take like a 1.5 a day, if that. I took a little bit extra today because I did drink last night. I went to my brother's a musician, and I went and had some Bloody Marys at this concert last night. So I took a little bit more this morning because I was hungover. But other than that, dude, like you know, my life is so much better than when I shot heroin. So I'm not getting on her about that. I'm just getting on her about saying one thing, basically kind of like deceiving people on what you're about, what your channel's about, and basically giving people advice to be completely abstinent when you're not even completely abstinent. Like, that's insane. Like, it's selfish. Exactly. She's just in it for the money, is what someone said. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like she's genuine to an extent, but a big part of her seems very disingenuous. Just kind of like her, like, I'm so, you know, like, she just wants to she wants you to think she's this or think she's that. And it's like, just be yourself. You know, that's the advice I'd give to anyone. Just be yourself. Like, no one can take your truth away. Whether your flaws, whether this, whether that. Like, that's the thing about me. Like, I know I got a shit ton of flaws. And I used to be, especially when I was younger, like, I was a fucking liar. And, like, I lied to myself. I lied about who I was. And something hit me over the head over the years where it was just like, dude, just be yourself. Like, if you can truly love yourself and just live your own truth, like, your life will be 150% better. Then you don't have to try and, like, listen to like, if you try to live your life based on what other people say, like, you're gonna be fucking miserable. You need to know your truth and what's best for you, and what's realistic, what's attainable, how you're gonna get there, and being true to yourself. That is the most important thing. That's what's not talked about enough. And maybe that's a little something of what's going on. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, nor do I pretend to be. But, you know, it is what it is. And like I said, I don't, like, hate the chick. This isn't a fuck Jessica Kent video. This is what I observed. You know, and it's a free country. I'm able to speak my opinion, wrong, right, or indifferent, and she can make a video following up, defending, or she probably won't, because in the big scheme of things, I'm probably nothing to her. But I don't know. I just laid it out for you, man. I'm just calling a spade, man. I can't call it like an alcoholic, you dig? Drinking on that cold brew coffee, you dig? What drug did I start with? Weed, like everyone else. My dad was a weed, my stepdad, guy who raised me, he was a weed dealer growing up, so I would find these big ass bags, like pounds of weed when I was like a young kid, and I didn't even know what they were. They were like, it was just like a bag of like this weird tree looking substance that it had this smell, and I was like, what is this? I had a feeling it was something bad. Like, I kind of knew it was a drug, but I, like, you know, the world was a much more innocent place when I was a kid. When I'm 32, you know, so when I was in like the late 90s, early 2000s, but yeah, I would say, Nikki, the first drug I got started with was like a narcotic that I would say led me into dope was Xanax. I remember I started abusing Xanax when I was 18. And I remember, because like I had this anxiety problem in my like teen years, late teen years. And it just like brought me at peace. But eventually, as I kept going, I was searching for something like that, but a little bit different. And then I run into Oxycontins. Started kind of liking those, but I wasn't fully addicted. And at one point, well, I was selling heroin, but I wasn't doing it because a lot of my friends were doing it. And a kid came over to my house, and he was like, "Hey, can you mind if I smoke a foil here?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever, go ahead." He fucking hits it, and he's like, "You want to hit?" And I was just like, "You know what? F it, why not?" And took a hit. And for some reason, like that specific high, I took a couple hits actually. I took more than one. But for some reason, you know, it's like I did it before and it was like, it felt all right, but it didn't catch me. But when I hit it off that foil, for some reason, like the stars aligned and I hit this perfect high and I was instantly hooked. Cause I was making like $400 or $500 a day selling this black tar. But then I just turned into a straight dope fiend from that minute. So like I was picking up half ounces of tar at a time and bringing them back to the suburbs. And it went from me making like, you know, anywhere from $300, $400, $500 a day to me making 50 a day at the most, maybe 100, and smoking the rest of it. And then eventually I was just breaking even. And then eventually, you know, you guys all know the story. It ends the same. Eventually, my habit outpaces my selling, and that never ends well. But I definitely say Xanax was my gateway to heroin. And then I also, as my drug addiction progressed, my next thing I got into was goofballs. That's what we call them in Minnesota. That's meth and heroin. Got into those for a while. You know, because I kind of got sick of just like the heroin down feeling. Like I liked the euphoria from the heroin and the calm it gave me, but I wanted like that extra euphoria you get from an upper. So and you know, I did a little crack here and there, but crack was a little too expensive, so I did the meth thing, and I dug that for a while, but then it started fucking with my like mental health, and I started getting really bad psychosis episodes. And they kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I think a lot of it has to do with the P2P dope that they cook in Mexico. And it is literally like poison, you guys. It really is. Like it's not the ephedrine shit like back in the day. That stuff was really like that shit was the real deal. And so eventually I had to stop meth because I was just losing my mind too much from it. And I don't know if you guys saw the Molly, meth, and heroin combo. I was selling Molly and weed, but I was doing meth and heroin. But I always had Molly in hand. And that was the first time I shot Molly, is when I mixed it with meth and heroin. It was just a tiny bit. I did a little tiny bit of meth, little tiny bit of heroin. Or no, I did a tiny bit of Molly, like a little bit more of meth, and then I did a nice little shot of heroin. And oh my goodness gracious, it sent my mind into a cocktail. Like right when I pushed the plunger down, like I looked at my buddy and I was like, bro, like dude. I just said dude. I was like, dude, and he's like, what? And I was like, dude, like, I did too much. Like, I was worried about my fucking health at that point. And I proceeded to hallucinate that there was cops, and I started throwing weed down the toilet. You guys, most of you probably heard the story. But, so after the meth and the heroin thing ended, I fell in love with the traditional speedball, the Belushi, if you will. John Belushi passed away from a cocaine and heroin overdose sometime, I think in the 90s, maybe late 80s. Pretty sure it was the early 90s though. And so cocaine and heroin became the next one. Man, extremely expensive. That's what I'll say about that combo. And also just doing like what it does to your arms, like, because you got to do a shot every 30 minutes. This winter I freaking went through like 10 G's in like a month and a half doing that shit, and I didn't even have to freaking pay rent. So that goes to show you how quick you can freaking spend that shit. And it's like some days I'm like, damn, wouldn't that be nice? But the problem is like there's never just one time for me, and it turns that thing on into my brain where like I stop thinking rationally, and like I would start spending the money I have saved. I would start fucking my life up, and it would do nothing but destroy my life, like it always has. Like heroin is a fucking life ruiner. You know, it's like a joke how the alcoholics, they call 175s, what do they call them? Home wreckers. The alcoholics will call a 1.7 liter of vodka a home wrecker. You know, because the alcoholic who buys a 175 every day fucking ruins his life completely, wrecks his home. Same thing with heroin. It's a home wrecker. That's a fucking life ruiner. Especially cocaine and heroin. That's just like throwing your life in the garbage and like dousing it with gasoline and fucking throwing a lit cigarette in there. Like you're just fucking your life off. It's like I'm gonna spend all my money, all my time, not give a fuck, and just sit and do speedballs all day. No meaningful relationships, no meaningful existence, just shooting up every 30 seconds just to get a rush, get a speed, you know, to get a like, it's just that, it's that bad. It's that crippling. It's that terrible. And that's in my heroin addiction. You would think heroin, like, it's automatically always bad, and it was always bad to an extent, but like it progressively got worse. In the beginning, there was like at least some romanticism involved. Still, it was still fun per se, you know. Little suburban Luke going to, well, no, I wasn't little suburban Luke actually, because thing is, my mom lived in the city. My dad lived in the suburbs, so I had friends from the city and the suburbs. So I wasn't no fucking mark or punk. Like, I had street smarts at a young age. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But like, the point is, heroin was still, it was still like cool. It was like, it was an adventure. Like, let's go to the North Minneapolis. Let's go to the ghetto and meet up with someone from an organized crime syndicate or a street gang. And it was just like, it made you feel like you were part of that gangster life, kind of. And it was like a rush. And that was like a big draw to it. It was exciting. Like, I've always been an adrenaline junkie. I don't know if any of you guys can relate with that, but like, it was just that adventure to go into the city, or like just how we were gonna get that money that day, no matter what. And it was like, I watched a podcast not long ago, and it was like, in life you need a mission. It's like, because as long as you have a mission, like, you're focused, and you have something to look forward to. If you just walk through life aimlessly, there's no meaning to it. There's no purpose, you know. And as fucked up as it is, it's like when you're shooting dope every day, like, you have a mission. And it's to get high every fucking day, you know. So I don't know, but it comes to a point, and it came to a point for me where the bullshit outweighs the benefit, and my life is just so much better without it. Like, it's not even up for debate. Like, it's so much better without it, you know. And it's like, it's not the same game. It's all fentanyl or iso or meso or xyla or whatever the F it is. It's all research chemical dope. It's all like, it's just, there's no consistency. There's no, like, it's headache. It's all headache. It's not worth it. And I'm going to keep it at that, you guys. So yeah, I am currently looking for interviewers on this channel, you guys. I need someone. I want to do an interview tonight possibly, but I want to do some interviews this week. Email me, or no, hit me up on Instagram. In fact, add me on Instagram, all you guys. lukegtv, one word. DM me on Instagram or email me at geraldluke@gmail.com. GEROLDLUKE@gmail.com. It's in the description of all my videos. So send me an email if you want to do an interview, and I will compensate you in some way to do the interview. So if any of you guys are looking to come on the show, or you just got something you want to talk about, we ain't got to do your life story. We ain't got to do 21 questions. We can just talk about some shit. Because I want some other perspectives on the show, you know. I'm going to make a Discord group so we can all meet up and talk and just chill and vibe, or like, you guys got questions. I'm going to make a Discord server so we can talk and shit like that. Thanks, Nikki. That's what's up. I'm rocking with you. Nikki's like, you're like one of my biggest supporters. Like, I'm so like, it makes my day when you comment on my shit, like, because you're always so positive, and like, you just have good things to say, and you seem like you got a big heart, Nikki. So I salute you for that, and it doesn't go unrecognized, to say the least. I'm glad you're working on yourself. Yep. Yeah, I'm trying. Life isn't perfect, man. Life is still life. It's just Connor James Connor James, if you keep putting all this energy into your channel, I do think this channel is going to grow. You are good at this. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. I hope it does too. Yeah, Minnesota does get depressing in the winter, Rusty Shackelford. That's me and my girl are trying to move to Florida. I lived in Florida for almost 3 years. But yeah, the winters do suck here, and I'm definitely trying to move to Florida ASAP. So, but I got to complete probation. I still got like a year or so left of probation. I want to save some money too. But I love doing this shit, man. I love talking. I love vibing with you guys. I love doing interviews. Interviews are my shit. Like I wanna start getting some really interesting interviews. I got my friend Brianna, who's a OnlyFans girl. She's got a crazy story. She's from Arizona. They got a lot of ISO dope out there. Brianna's a stripper and a porn star, actually. The OnlyFans girl's from Minneapolis. She's a recovering heroin addict. She got like 6 months clean. I got some dudes out in Oakland. I got a bunch of different. I got a New York cat. I got a dude from England who wants to tell his story. So I gotta just set the dates, and we got a lot of interviews coming, you guys. Nikki Beach said, "Life's a drag, drunk or sober, rich or poor. We gotta dodge the traps and enjoy the good bits." Wow, you went up 100 subs already. Congratulations. What do you mean I went up 100 subs already? Let me check that. $100 subs already. I'm still at 529. What are you talking about? Yeah, I've gained a lot of subs pretty quick though. Like, I've been gaining a lot of subs at a very fast pace, for real. But yeah, man, this isn't to bash on Jessica Kent. She's not the worst person in the world. She helps a lot of women. You know, she does her thing, and she's a smart chick. She's got a lot of subscribers. But it comes to a point when you got to ask yourself, is everything for the views? Or do I want to sleep tight at night knowing that I was true to myself, true to my subscribers, and true to my people? Or you can play the facade like, yeah, I'm sober, but I'm really not. And a lot of these YouTubers, these recovery YouTubers, I'm telling you right now, are not sober. And they say they are. They're just afraid to what other people will think. And if you guys have been, like, from my real day ones, who were rocking with me when I started the channel, when I was using, they know I just keep it 100. When I'm using, I will let you guys will know. I have been using more than sober with this channel. This channel's 2 years old. The only reason it didn't grow fast enough is because I was getting high all the time, and didn't invest anything into equipment, didn't put any effort into it, didn't put any thought into it. And yeah. Yeah, that was really cringe, Brooke. She was fucking just fake, like, and it's like, you know, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. We're all addicts. We see right through that shit, and that shit ain't genuine. And that's just my gut. And she can get mad at me. She can say I'm trolling, I'm clout chasing, I'm this, I'm that, and you know, and because it's like there's two different things. There's her version of the truth. There's what she tells everybody happened. And then there's what actually happened. And those are all very different things. Because, you know, like I said, human beings, we naturally embellish or disembellish. We put light on the truth. We want to come clean, but we want to come clean with our version. We want to come clean, but we want to kind of just tweak it a little bit. You know what I mean? Which is like, she could be snorting blow on the weekends, or, you know, maybe, who knows if she's probably had a few relapses on dope or meth or anything here and there. And you know she's not going to tell her subscribers because of her whole message and stuff like that. It would look bad for her, you know? But that's the thing. If you have a mentality like me, you can never lose. Because look, I've said from the beginning, I'm not Mr. Sobriety, angel on the forehead type shit. Like that ain't me, babe. 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 You get it? Like Cher once said, that ain't me, babe. But she ain't ever gonna come clean about that shit. She's gonna give you the version she wants you to hear. She ain't gonna tell the truth. But like the famous saying once said, the truth shall set you free. People, not many people want to tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. They want to tell you their truth, the public truth, that what they want their public image to be. That part. Just think about that. Watch some of her videos and make your own decision. Don't listen to me. You guys want to see my dog quick before I head off? I'll show you guys Rutabaga. 1 second. Ru. My subscribers want to see Ru. Where's Ru? Ru. Leah. Well, looks like my girlfriend left. I wonder if she's mad at me. I think I was kind of rude to her earlier. Fuck, I hope my girlfriend's not mad at me. Oh, I can bring you the cat. I'll bring you Tux. That's the cat. Tuxedo. 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 That ain't me, baby. I said, that ain't me, baby. I don't know where my girlfriend went, you guys. Here's my kitty cat, though. It's Leah's cat. Tuxedo. Say hi. Tuxedo. Yo, thank you, Brooke. I appreciate that. You the shit, though. But, anyways, man, I hope if any big platforms see me, I DM Dopey Podcast. I'm trying to get an interview. I'm trying to put lukegtv on the map. Nah, he just a big old fat boy. Thanks, Nikki. Thanks, Brooke. That's what's up. But I want to get my channel out there. You know what I mean? I got a lot of stories to tell. I got a good way to tell it. I got a good realistic approach and message for those struggling with opioid addiction or addiction in general. And there's a lot of people that think the way I do, and you know, that's why I've been able to resonate with so many of you guys. You know, and I talk to damn near probably 15 people on the regular via email or text. And I've met so many people off YouTube, people from other countries. And fuck, I ain't even that big. And I'm not even that big of a channel. And look how much crazy shit is already happening. I can't even imagine in a year. Embellish your stuff and keep on pushing. Yeah. I mean, if I ever, I'll put it to you like this. Okay, I'm not going to say I've never embellished, but like for the most part I really don't, you know, like maybe like a small detail, but in that case like I genuinely forgot about, like I forgot the exact thing, but I really don't embellish my stories, honestly. Like, yeah, he was. And that's why, like, I definitely think he embellished from time to time, but I think for the most part, Leone's stories were pretty much legit. Like, I don't think he lied as much as you would really think he did. Well, that's the thing. When you're telling a story, you got to make it flow. You can't give, like, the kind of unimportant details that don't matter and make it worse. Sometimes, like, you got to just, like, keep going just to make the story go better, if that makes any sense. But that's pretty much it, guys. I've been here for 53 minutes. I'm going to check out. I'm going to make an edited version of this topic about the one, the only, the perfect, the untouchable Jessica Kent. And there's going to be a part 2. I got a part 2 coming on the what does injecting Molly, MDMA feel like. I got a second part to that when Dad finally catches up with me. So wait for that shit. But I've been working, actually, so I haven't had as much time to make videos. But I should have an upload. I should have an edited video this week. So that's going to be my schedule. I'm going to try to have one uploaded video, like one edited story video a week. And then I'm going to do like probably 2 or 3 live streams a week. That's about where my content's going to lie at, because I don't want to do too much. I don't want to run out of stories, and it's just not smart to do it too quick like that. That was one big mistake I saw Ryan make that I won't make. He came out with videos he was doing too many stories too quick. Yeah, I got one on 1090 Jake coming soon. I got a 1090 Jake documentary coming soon. That's why I've been doing so much 1090 Jake shit. But all right, for the 18th time, I'm out, you guys. Have a nice weekend, nice Sunday. Monday is the day. And that is all I will say. Have a nice day. Stay blessed and free. And stay tuned.